Alright folks, the Object 590 Premium Tier 9 Russian Medium Tank looks like a derivative of a T-54 except larger turret housing an inverse auto reloader for a 100mm gun. So you will find this thing in Draconian boxes for Lunar New Year. It hasn't even been a month since Holiday Ops, and there you go, cash grabbing again with another Premium Tier 9, but this vehicle is somewhat average. It is okay, except the gun is not that accurate, and it's not as aggressive as a T-54. DPM is not as high, and is not as mobile, but we'll take a look at the stats to see if it's worth it. But it has a crew of 3, cuts the loader out, so no loader skill like intuition or safe stowage, which is kind of important for Russian tanks. They're all crammed inside, and therefore penetrating shots will damage the crew or knock out modules like ammo racks, so kind of important. But premium tank now, it was a special tank along with the Object 752, makes spawns and credits now. So auto reloader inverse version. It does take pretty long time for the last shell compared to the first one, 3 rounds in a clip, and inter-shell reload time is kinda long, 4.3 seconds. So it's about the same as a 𝗟𝗂 Future Project 4, except smaller alpha and less penetration. Alright, crew of 3, like I said, lacks a loader. But let's take a look at the firepower of this gun. So 100mm, 225mm of pen for APCR round, which is average-ish. It's about the same as the sniping gun on the T-54. It's about the same alpha too, but DPM 2300, so about the same without the rammer on the T-54, except the accuracy, the aim time is kinda uncomfortable. Yeah, really uncomfortable for the accuracy. 0.41. It's a close range gun, and 5 degrees gun depression, 23 elevation. It's Russian, so turret traverse speed not half bad, but takes 41 seconds to reload 3 rounds into the clip, and 4.3 between each shot, so you're not bursting that quickly for about 900 alpha, 960. So it takes 8 seconds, 9 seconds to burst. Too long, a little bit too long, and only 3 rounds in the clip too. Also, what's funny is the last shell takes more than twice as long as the first round, which is surprising because if you compare this to the IS-3A, the last shell is only 17 seconds compared to about 11 seconds, 11.5, so more than twice the reload time for the last shell. That is kind of bad. Also, the gold shell on this vehicle is not as strong, not as crazily strong of a high explosive anti-tank as on the T-54. So it's a gold AP round. It's only 270-ish millimeters of penetration compared to 330 on the high explosive anti-tank for the T-54. So definitely not as strong. Yeah, not as strong as this thing. Yeah, 330 with the DPM too. So yeah, if you don't have the penetration for AP round, use high explosive anti-tank. Might as well. So the gold shell is somewhat underwhelming too. High explosive is high explosive, no need to say anything about that, but let's take a look at the caveat, and that is dispersion on this gun. It is utterly crap. Dispersion while moving is worse than a sniping Leopard 1 prototype. So it's bad. It is real bad. It's not as worst performance something like a WZ-114, but it's getting there. It is getting there. Turret traverse dispersion is also crap, 0.23. So give you the perspective of a good sniping gun, or just average sniping gun. Let's use a T-54. It's 0.14 compared to 0.25 while moving. And while turret traverse, it's almost half. It is not an accurate gun while moving this gun around. So base accuracy, am I using the sniper gun? That's not the sniper gun, that's with the better penetration. Yeah, that's a sniper gun. So with the sniper gun, the DPM is about the same. Penetration is about close enough the same, but this is APCR round compared to AP. Yeah, it's AP. So yeah, definitely not as accurate. Takes way too long to aim. Dispersion is off the charts. Not even close. Funny how the dispersion for turret traverse is worse with the sniping gun than with the DPM gun on the T-54. But hey, shell velocity is decent, I guess. AP round, shell velocity is dramatically slower compared to the APCR, but you get 30 more millimeters of pen, 40-ish. Yeah, 40-ish, but nah, it's still AP. Doesn't compare to the 330. High explosive anti-tank doesn't even come close. You carry 5 less ammo, so less potential damage, but a little bit better credit cost for the shell, I guess, relatively to the alpha damage. So yeah, this thing takes way too long between each shot. 4.3 is just utterly crap. I mean, the max I will feel comfortable with is about 3 seconds. 2 will be good. 1.5 will be crazy, but yeah, 4.3 is way too damn long. Aim time sucks, accuracy sucks, dispersion is off the charts in terms of badness. So, alright, does it have armor? Segue, does it have armor? It does have a little bit more health than the T-54. 110 on the hull front, 200 on the turret front. It is like a T-54. Cupola weak spots for the commander and the gunner. Yeah, cupola is definitely the weak spots. But turret cheeks, 200mm sloped and rounded. Alright. It's effective against most calibers other than gold shell, but don't stay still. If you stay still, gold shell go through your coaxial machine gun or your viewports for the gunner, but yeah. Oof, the cupola is weak. Hull armor is about 200mm, about the same as a T-54, but this is a slight V-shaped hull, so you could throw a few shots if the shots land near your bottom of the vehicle. So if you're side scraping, you could throw a few shots. Nah. Don't bet on it though. Wait, there's no space armor for the side skirts? That is a definitely side skirt. Come on, man. That's a side skirt and a half. There's no space armor? That sucks. Oh, it's like with the Tiger Mouse. So, yeah. Nerfed space armor. It's not even there. Come on, consistency. Some vehicles have good side skirts. Like the Conqueror, right? That's a side skirt. It looks like a side skirt. It performs like a side skirt. This looks like a side skirt, but it's not there. It's only tracks. That sucks. You technically could bounce a few with the tracks and the V-shaped hull, but yeah, if you're V-shaped into that angle, it will go down into the ground and ricochet, but there is a bulge supporting the turret that's only 75. It negates the side scraping. Just go hull down with only 5 degrees gun depression. Yeah, hull down. That sucks. Yeah, it's a V-shaped hull, like I said. Space armor right there. Yeah, auto bounce if you aim low, but the bulge right here negates the side scraping, so support of the turret bulge. Let's just compare the original T-54. So T-54, there's no bulge. You don't see any bulges on the sides. Yep, no bulges. Well, slight, but it's very well sloped on the bulge. Whereas this bulge, it's much more flat. So, okay. Let's compare the cupola size too. Yeah, cupola is a little bit wider and therefore not as good poking around a corner of a building. So exposing the cupola a little bit more often. Small detail. Hull armor is about the same. 110 to 120. It's close enough. So armor close to the T-54 practically. Very close. Why does the side skirt doesn't count? Alright. Mobility wise, 40-ish tons, 17.5 horsepower per ton ratio, 54 kilometers per hour top speed. Hull traverse is quick enough. Not half bad, but is it good compared with terrain resistance? So compared with the T-54, Same terrain resistance, but slower hull traverse. Wow, 21 horsepower per turn ratio compared to 17.5. And 56 kilometers per hour top speed, so not as nimble. Effective traverse is not as good, definitely. And wasn't it like 6 degrees of gun depression for the DPM gun? Yeah, it's 6 degrees of gun depression for the DPM gun, so a little bit less comfortable with the gun depression. And turret traverse is a little bit slower, so yeah, it's nimble, but it's not the craziest. 20 horsepower per ton ratio, 21. Not the craziest. It's still fairly nimble, but not the craziest. Yeah, it's not as shifty as a T-54. Concealment, not half bad, 16.5. Moving is also decent. And view range, slightly below average. Average about 390. Radio is standard. Yeah, better camo than the T-54, just not as fast to rev. And definitely not as accurate. So, equipment-wise, segue. This might be one of the rare times where you want improved rotation mechanism just to help out with the dispersion, along with vertical stabilizer. That's more manageable, slightly, but god, that's still bad. Even with 2 equipments, it cannot be the default T-54's dispersion. I mean, it's workable, but it's still kind of, well, here's the kicker. I want to compare with something else just as bad. This thing. Oh no! Moving dispersion is worse than the pattern. Accuracy is worse than the pattern. Aim time is longer than the pattern. Obviously less penetration and less alpha, but slightly more DPM. Turret traverse dispersion is even utterly worse than the freaking pattern. This vehicle sucks. You have one, right? It's for free. It's so inaccurate. This thing is even more inaccurate than the pattern. Oh crap. Oh my god, the gun sucks ass compared with this piece of turd. I mean, the gold shell is 300mm pin for high explosive anti-tank. You can jam it into a S-tank or the 𝗡𝗬𝟮 𝗟𝘂𝖼. It could pin the slope armor. The AP round is not going to. Gold AP round is not going to. God, this gun sucks. I hate this vehicle. I just don't want to play it anymore. So, obviously, yeah, definitely, I would say, improved rotation mechanism. The dispersion is so bad. Vertical stabilizer, and likely no rammer though. Maybe turbocharger. Optics is also good. So, between turbocharger or optics, I would say optics. Switch this around. So you have the optics in the middle, and therefore getting the bonus from field ops or field mods. Ugh. But god damn, dispersion on this vehicle sucks ass. It is a versatile medium tank, but god damn, even with the equipments, but holy crap. You can't even beat a freaking base value T-54 with equipments. Oh crap. It does have a little bit more health, so versatile medium tank. Let's take a look at field mods. I think I finished a few. I finished yeah, it's close to the Centurion. Yeah, okay. First one is dispersion. Actually, no. Hull traverse or penalty towards damaged gun and ammo rack. I would say hull traverse. It doesn't matter. I mean, unless you're getting shot at. I would say bad faster hull traverse or less penalty. This one's a toss-up. Traverse is already good enough, but if you're exposed to too much fire, like artillery shells damaging your ammo rack or gun, maybe the first one would be better. Since it's a cramped Russian vehicle without a loader, without safe stowage, I would say the first one would be a little bit better for this scenario, right? It will be a little bit better. Second one, dispersion or accuracy. Aim circle size, dispersion. No question about this. Dispersion is better. This thing has so bad of a dispersion. It's not even funny. Dispersion for the second one. Camo or reverse speed. Camo is already decent, but reverse speed? Huh. 20 for reverse without the turbocharger is good enough. I mean, it's usually about 25 to 23, so this will be cut to like 18. But track repair speed, it's the same health for tracks. I would say better camo. Just make sure you don't get spotted, especially while moving. Moving camo is already good. Adds a little bit more camo. I would say better camo. Only 3%, but that's still good. And view range or top speed. Top speed without turbocharger is fine, but maybe view range. View range is more consistent, right? You don't need the top speed all the time. You have your teammates scout for you. So I would say better view range. Dispersion buff is only 0.01, not that much, but still, I'll take anything you can give me. But optics boost the view range. 54 compared to, whoa, 50. But the view range spike is 14, 15-ish meters. I would say better view range. So overall, even with the field mods, even with the equipments, this thing is not accurate. For a versatile medium tank, this thing is not accurate. This is a close range brawling. More aggro of a medium tank, but it just doesn't really compare that well. Compared to a T-54, not even in the same league. Not even close. The high explosive anti-tank round from a T-54 is crazy. You cannot underestimate this vehicle. You'll be dead if you do. Because this gold shell is 330mm pen. It will go through mouses. It will go through heavy tanks like nothing. Never underestimate the T-54's gold shell. But this vehicle only 270 for AP round. That doesn't cut it. This thing doesn't cut. Huh. How much did I originally give this vehicle in terms of rating? I wonder. 590. Video came out December of 2021. That's actually summer of that year, but I waited a little bit to do the video. 5.5? That is way too generous. That is way too generous of a that's way too generous of a rating for this thing. It's more like a 5 at best for now. With these stats, 4.5 feels about good enough, right? It's only the gun. The gun needs to be buff. Dispersion needs to be buff, especially moving dispersion and base accuracy at any time. But funny enough, a few hours ago on Armor Patrol, KSA posted a buff, a micropatch buff to this vehicle before the release. So penetration gets buffed to 238mm for APCR round. Between each shot is only 4 seconds. Still kind of bad, but hey, it's better than 4.3. Aim time is buffed. Accuracy is buffed. Dispersion, well, traversing the turret is buffed dramatically, so that's a big plus, but none of the hull traverse dispersion has been buffed. That's still kind of bad. 0.25 is still pretty bad. Is it worse than a WZ-120? No, I don't think so. WZ-120 is actually surprisingly accurate while traversing dispersion. Yeah, surprisingly accurate for the WZ-120 with a large caliber gun. Yeah, like I said, comparable to the freaking patent tank. It's even worse than the patent tank. But originally this vehicle was faster. 20 horsepower per ton ratio, 52 km/h top speed, but 25 reverse. Has a much better high explosive anti-tank round for gold shell with better penetration. AP round for standard shell. And doesn't take as long for the last shell to be reloaded, but it takes a little bit longer than 8 seconds to reload the first round. So smaller spread of the 3 round in the clip. Aim time is slightly faster. Accuracy is about the same. But yeah, faster to reload between each shot. 3.5 too. Compared to 4.3 or supposedly 4. Meh. Why is there a blue high explosive round? What the hell is this thing? Also has less armor, 75 in the hull front, and less health. So a little bit better armor now, but cost of speed and engine power. A little bit of the traverse for the turret. Turret traverse actually got buffed. And view range is about the same. So there we go, folks. just be warned, this is a loot box vehicle. What's also funny is if you take a look at the fine print for Lunar New Year, Draconian boxes. If you scroll down on this main article down here, what the hell's the freaking percentage rate? There it is. 1.3% for a premium vehicle, right? That is lower. 1.3 compared to 2.4%. So it's close to half of your chances of getting a premium tank. Now granted, there are more duplicates. So if you are a collector of sorts, then there's less chance of you getting duplicates, right? You just get the new vehicles, but they just throw in a Boresque with the skin just because. You could just sell the skin without selling the Boresque. And that's like bring down the field of garbage you could get. But if you already have the Gonzalo or the Liz or the VK or the Turtle, then you just get this vehicle for the boxes. But still, 1.3% compared to 2.4%. So, yeah, that's like 40% drop of probability. So there's no guaranteed gold unless this box is cheaper. But yeah, this vehicle is not even worth it. It's not really that worth it, right? Not really. Freaking 5 at best. Even with the buff, it's a solid 5, right? With the buff to turret traverse dispersion, the penetration, the base accuracy, and the gun depression. But 5, right? 5 on a good day. Shifting 4.5 towards 4.5 to 5-ish, right? Doesn't feel that good of a premium tank. So yeah, the box is also like less probability of buying the boxes, or buying the boxes get less probability. So God, it's not worth it. Not really. So stick to your T54s with your gold shells and you'll be fine. Yeah, just stick to the normal T54s. You'll be fine. It's also like worse than the T54D with the L7, but hey. Yeah, this was once king of tier 9 medium tanks, along with the E50. The E50 is good. I mean, now they buffed the object 430. This might be also workable, right? But yeah, this was king of tier 9. Well, there we go, folks. The object 590. So, in summary, not worth it. Not really. No, it's not worth your money. Not really. Unless you want some crappy 2D styles or other crap. Not really. Just get the free IS-2M, right? Get the free skins, 3D style from the event. Don't even bother with the large Draconian boxes. Piece of crap. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
雨は